Hold on and don't touch that dial, because this week, Daryl and I blast off into another wild adventure, and when finally set down, bring you to the land of the giants. Coordinated by Bruce Dirksen of Northern BC Adventures, we experienced a couple of fishing days that could easily claim it was the best dolly fishing we'd ever seen. The trip starts off in the pontoon boats. Don't miss it. Up next on Scott Brothers Fishing Adventures.
Scott Brothers Fishing Adventures is sponsored in part by Abu Garcia for life. Berkeley, catch more fish. Fenwick, feel the action. Gibbs, quality Canadian tackle since 1908. Shimano, technology you can feel. Storm Lures, take the big ones by storm. Home Hardware, we're making smiles. Osprey, waders and float tubes. Sage, the world's premium fly rod. Scientific Anglers, focused on function. Normark, the tradition continues. Sports Max, the fastest house on the ice. Blue Fox, fish smart. Rapella, the original Finnish minnow. Need Enterprises, your recreation specialists. Gamakatsu, the world's finest hooks.
When you finally do get that boat in the water, better make every cast count. Fish smart, Blue Fox.
City Center Hardware, the largest tackle store in Kitimat, is a premium Abu Garcia Berkeley Fenwick retailer with special dealer status. They handle fresh and saltwater gear and everything for the fly fishing enthusiast. The store also qualifies as a pro shop for Gibbs and Shimano product lines. 42 years experience, a mobile tackle service, and timely advice. We're making smiles here at Home Hardware, City Center Hardware in Kitimat. This week's adventure takes us back to the winter of '98 when ice fishing was at the top of the agenda. It was then a local newspaper approached us wanting to do an article on the show. It was our plea to readers to assist us with our search for the ultimate in Dolly Varden fishing. Not long after the paper hit the stands, we received numerous letters and calls. One of those calls was from Bruce Dirksen of Northern BC Adventures. Bruce exclaimed that a television show hosting his adventure would be a lot of fun for all, and we agreed. So dates were set, and that brings us to this week's adventure. Bruce took us downriver the first day with pontoon boats, which I must say was quite relaxing and scenic. We searched for dollies and grayling in some of Bruce's familiar spots. Fly fishing and light spin casting is the norm here as you drift to different locations. It doesn't take long to get the hang of those pontoon boats. Environmentally, they're the cleanest way to navigate down any unspoiled river system. It's the anticipation of angling when testing new waters that keeps the fisherman constantly focused. You never know what fly to present or what different type of lure will bring success around the corner. Here, Daryl gives us somewhat of an answer.
Pop my snag loose and bang.
Oh, nice fish,
Fish
nice
on.
fish. You bring it in, I'm going to cradle it for you.
Are you? Okay.
Because we both went for a soak already. We come into this hole and the rocks are really slippery. Now, he's fell in once retrieving lures. I fell in once.
Oh,
yeah. nice battle. Nice fish.
Oh, yeah.
Couple of pounds.
Nice in the current.
Oh, yeah. Holding good. Just kind of move in a little bit to shore, bud.
Yeah.
And I'll come to the outside of you.
Well, let's so the viewers can appreciate this
Take our
beautiful
time. He's only been on
water.
here for a minute. He's got lots of energy left. You know? Yeah, nice fish. Oh, that is
Well,
a nice
Bruce, you
fish.
said you'd find us some dollies, and
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah, well, we had to work for it, but that's what happens sometimes.
Yeah.
The old scenario, sometimes you have to work for a little bit less. But that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Well, the nice thing, too, folks, is that we were fortunate enough
Not quite ready yet.
to come on down with these pontoon boats.
Yeah, finally, eh?
Nice fish. Look at the beautiful dots, buddy.
Yeah.
We finally get to see some with the dots. Settle them down a little bit here. Okay,
Oh,
there
yeah.
it is. Oh, that's
That's
just,
beautiful.
that's a decent three.
Yep.
Out comes the hook. Hey,
at
that
that, eh?
is gorgeous in the sun. We'll get him back. There's the red dots we talked about, buddy, right there, eh? Isn't that something? Whoa.
Hey, I didn't get to touch my fish. That doesn't even count.
Oh, well, I guess,
It doesn't count. I didn't touch
in
it.
that case, we'll just break this off. Okay, nice fish, bud. Get back out there.
All right.
Right on.
Hey, here's another nice dolly.
Right on, buddy.
That's Glenn's favorite fish.
That's it.
On who's catching it?
Where'd you get those lures?
Oh, I got those lures from Storm Lure. Storm Lure Hottentot, silver shad. I tell ya, these Storm Lures will put, if you were fishing for food, would put food on the table just about anywhere you go. But, oh, just caught in the lip. With this single hook we've got on here. Single barbless hook, I tell you, it is so nice for releasing these fish. Look at that, eh?
Okay. I think I got a dolly. I was coming along these logs because Bruce said it's a good spot to pick, you know, the deep holes. And I thought maybe look again for some grayling. And I've kind of retired the plug temporarily. And I think I got a dolly. The thing hit so hard, it took me off my feet, and I set the hook, and I went right in the water. Oh, man. You see it in there?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, I think that is a dolly.
Yeah, it's holding like a dolly.
Yep.
It's about, I don't know, a couple pounds, 3 pounds maybe.
On a little
But-
black fly.
Yeah, there he is. It's a dolly.
Right on. Wow.
Gee. Oh, look at that. Look.
You
That's
took
what happened.
You had a trout.
Hey, folks, check this out.
Holy.
I had a grayling. Here's what happened, folks. I was casting into those shallows, just like Bruce said. There's a 6-inch, maybe 7-inch grayling. I started to pull it in. I had a hit, and all of a sudden the dolly took that grayling. That dolly was hanging on that grayling for about 10 minutes, as you can see. Do you see that, eh?
Oh,
He coughed it
just
right
spit it
out.
out now.
Well, that's technically illegal in this province, but I didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, yeah, bait fishing.
Well, there's a good look anyway. Now I can show you a grayling, because this one's not too hot now. There's a nice color of a grayling anyway. That was temporarily a dolly breakfast or lunch. There's a nice fin. A little guy though. That dolly ate that whole, and that was only about a 3-pound dolly. Let's get right back out there. Hey, listen, we'll be right back with a word from our sponsors. Unreal. I hit that thing right to that.
Stay tuned, because we're fishing grayling next. Need Enterprises in Terrace is your one-stop shop for all your recreational needs. They handle a complete line of all-terrain vehicles and all those special accessories for off-road or on the water. Service is second to none, and the in-store techs can solve any problem. Hey, out back, there's a full repair facility where they specialize in custom-built boats, aluminum fabrication, and much more.
Need Enterprises gives me the confidence and the reliability to do my job.
Your recreation specialists.
Here's the famous shad wrap. This is the husky jerk. Look at that shine, huh? The original Rapala, his favorite lure. Yeah, son, once a Rapala fisherman, always a Rapala fisherman.
With water conditions slightly high and weather predictions calling for rain, we wasted no time changing our tactics and began the quest for grayling. The fly rod seemed like a welcomed addition to the trip, as grayling and rainbows responded well to our offerings. We fished a lot of covered areas when one might have expected a dolly, but grayling seemed to dominate a lot of the holes and fast water areas.
Look at that grayling, Daryl, that nice there. And these fish have sure got some, they're so graceful, eh? They've got some beautiful colors. Whoa. Okay, let's get him over here. What a lovely pool to be fishing grayling, eh? Lots of rocks, a nice little shell. Okay. Oh, that's a really sizable grayling. That's like the one I saw you catch there a while ago, buddy. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And I have to set the rod down because the viewers are going to want to, oh, look, he's still on. I thought he kicked off. The viewers are going to want to have a good look at this fish because he's really colorful. Oh, yeah, that's probably the biggest grayling I ever caught. That's a healthy 2 pounds. Oh, look at that. That is a beautiful fish. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a nice fish? Great big fin on that fish.
Get myself into a spot here.
Look at the size of that grayling. You got purpley colors in it. They've got a really different eye too, eh? Take that fly out of there. Well, they like that muddler minnow. You have to treat these fish with really the utmost care because they don't revive well, so you got to be quite careful. That is a nice fish. Isn't he just gorgeous? You can see the colors when it gets in the water that transform into the scales, and there he goes. Wow. Unreal. You know, I've caught a lot of grayling here in this trip in the last few fish we've caught. They seem to always fall by your feet and then take a breather, then they just blast right off. Unreal fish. Super good. Okay. In this segment, folks, Daryl and I are trailing some muddler minnows. We've got weight forward line, floating line, and we're just shooting some muddler minnows down the fast water and watching it run down the middle, and the grayling are coming right up for it. Now, the muddler minnow is probably one of the most popular flies for most fly fishermen. They troll good. They actually look like almost like a small minnow pattern lure. That's why they call it a muddler minnow. Has a bit of bristles around the side. That gets it to float, and it keeps it quite buoyant in the water, so it doesn't really sink. If it does, it would have to be quite wet. And it'll get down probably just slightly below the surface, and a very effective fly. This is a very common fly to put in any fly fisherman's box, and I'll tell you, when the chips are down, the muddler minnow every time. We've caught phenomenal rainbows on it. They seem to work quite well.
We're in the same spot, using the same thing, muddler minnow, but there's so many different variations and colorations. Yeah. They're hitting his like crazy, and they haven't been touching mine. I finally tried my 4th one. I didn't actually look at his fly. And I finally had one rise at my fly after about, like I say, I've changed muddler minnows 4 times. Like a rainbow. Is that a rainbow? I don't know. Quite like a rainbow. It is a rainbow. Nice big red stripe. It was a rainbow. Yep. Look at that, another one. No way! Oh! Action time! Can you believe that? Look at that. Unreal. Woohoo! Oh, this is awesome. This is totally awesome. Look at this fish, Daryl.
Isn't that beautiful? I'll tell you what, bud, come on behind me and sit up in the cool head here and float your fly down. I'll come behind you. Give you a chance to get into that pool. Whoa. You don't want to be falling in the water today because it's pretty cool, this water. As you can tell by the water color, folks, it's more than likely glacier fed. At least a good sized mountain. Well, no, this is not as big as the last one.
No?
But nevertheless, it's a really nice grayling. You know, some of them are kind of brown, some are kind of gold. That's a nice fish. Oh yeah, boy, when I'm starting to like grayling a little bit more than them rainbows, you know. Look at that, eh? Beautiful. That comes out. Beautiful fish. I really am liking these graylings.
Hey folks, stay with us because the fun's just getting started. We got hooked up with Northern Mountain helicopters and are quite fortunate to experience some of the most spectacular scenery in the province. With pilot Greg Altoft on the stick, we skim the trees and scout the river for our mystery destination.
Oh, that is a long term.
Hey, we're headed to the promised land.
When you finally do get that boat in the water, better make every cast count. Fish smart, Blue Fox.
City Center Hardware, the largest tackle store in Kitimat, is a premium Abu Garcia Berkeley Fenwick retailer with special dealer status. They handle fresh and saltwater gear and everything for the fly fishing enthusiast. The store also qualifies as a pro shop for Gibbs and Shimano product lines. 42 years experience, a mobile tackle service, and timely advice. We're making smiles here at Home Hardware, City Center Hardware in Kitimat. Well, it's finally time to bring you to the promised land of the giants. On the third day, Bruce surprised us with an unexpected visit from Greg Altoft of Northern Mountain Helicopters. This is another package deal from Northern BC Adventures where they fly you in from a remote campsite, blindfold you, okay, not really, and deliver you to some world-class action. As Greg landed, Daryl and I couldn't believe that Bruce was really going to deliver this time, and literally into the arms of dollies. Once the gear was organized, we boarded as per Greg's instructions and settled back for the half-hour flight. Northern Mountain is the most widely used helicopter service in BC. The company was founded in 1959 as Northern Mountain Airlines. Because of extensive use of the rotary-winged aircraft, the name was soon changed. Northern Mountain's growth to its present size and reputation is a direct result of the support from government agencies, the mining industry, forestry, and oil and gas industries in both Canada and around the world. The Prince George location is the hub for their 15 permanent year-round Canada-wide bases. All Northern Mountain helicopter pilots are qualified for a wide range of different environments, including mountainous terrain, the high Arctic, jungle and desert conditions. But this week, they cater to Northern BC Adventures and the Scud Brothers.
Right on. Double header on the first cast. Bruce said it was going to happen. He wasn't kidding. Whoa!
I tell you, I've been here for 20 minutes, half an hour waiting for you to get here.
Oh, boy. How big's yours?
Oh, I'd say at least 5 pounds.
TV5.
Oh, wait till you see it.
You like that big plug there, Bruce? Okay, I'm going to get him over here. Beautiful dots, nice and pink, a little bit of rosary. Bull trout, excellent fish.
First fish, first cast, doubleheader.
Yeah, hey, buddy.
And
Right on.
Northern BC Adventures.
Yeah.
All right.
You definitely got to give Bruce a call out of Prince George here to get up in some of these places where the average guy could never get to. And look at the size of that dolly.
Oh, man.
Isn't that wild? And there it is. Okay,
Yeah.
bud, put it back.
Oh, man.
Isn't that beautiful?
Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa!
Woo-hoo! Yeah.
You know, on the ultra light line, I'm using 8-pound photochromic. And this is not an easy task, I'll tell you that. I'm going to be going down by you, I think.
Oh, yeah?
I'll go over
Oh,
you.
wow.
I'll go over you.
You go ahead. Your fish seems a little hotter than mine.
Look at the size of these dollies. I'm in heaven and I'm not even dead. Oh, I got a great big male here, a big buck. Look at him, eh? Oh, yeah. This is almost as good as Kinaman. I don't care. That's okay.
Oh, that is a long turn.
Hey, Bruce, give me a hand, buddy. I'll get you to take my rod. Look at the size of it. Get your camera, Daryl. Just take my rod. It's already dragged, it's already set. I'm going to try and get this fish up. Oh, man. Look at that fish, folks. That is an ultimate. That's a trophy in anybody's book, anywhere in the world. That's going to be the biggest doll I ever caught. Okay, Daryl, get your camera. I'll keep in the water a bit. Look, okay, ready?
Holy cow, look at the
Oh,
jaw.
man, he's just a bruiser.
Oh, that'll come up there. You can see it.
Oh, that teeth, you gotta really be careful. That hook's in there really good, too.
Dad, you want the pliers?
Maybe. Yeah, sure. Here, Daryl. Just nice and gently. Oh, it's stuck in there good, eh? Okay, there he is. Well, that baby's got some big-time genetics to pass on, for sure. That is an incredible fish. Just gonna make sure he's ready, because that is, I'd hate to see a fish like that lost. That is so beautiful. Here he goes. I really can't say that you're going to get a place or a hole that's going to beat this one. That's a big fish. Look at the size of that fish. Oh. Well, my wife would have really enjoyed some of this. You guys, you couldn't be here. We're thinking about you there. Okay, yeah, here's another nice fish. Boy, these fish are hungry. And the reputation about the dollies or the bull trout is that they have very voracious appetites, so they're almost not that hard to catch when you get into a situation like this. Okay.
Oh, yeah. This freaking Lord.
You know, this is when we really should have had the
Glove? Oh,
fillet glove.
oh,
As soon as I can get him to settle down. Okay, have a good look at those dots, folks.
oh, man.
Telltale sign of a dolly. Just in the sun there.
Bite out of the
He's
side
got a couple of bites there, eh?
Yeah.
But then again, you know, that could be, it's hard to say what it could be, eh?
Holy cow, that almost looks like a net mark.
Yeah, pop the hook, buddy.
Okay.
Another beautiful dolly. Oh, look at him, eh?
There's white markings on the end of the fins.
Yeah, he is just beautiful. Oh. Give me your rod then.
Yeah, take the rod.
Take your rod. Go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Turn around. Turn around. There you go. Grab the tail, bud. Grab the tail.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. Okay, I'm going to put your rod down.
Man.
Get a picture of this fish.
Whoa. Oh, look at the size
Boy,
of that thing.
he's an absolute
Come
bruiser.
on.
You're going to get on the wall this time,
All
buddy.
right. Okay.
Didn't work.
Oh, wind it quick. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. Okay. Take that hook.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, hook's out.
Okay.
Boy, that's a fat chunk,
Oh,
buddy.
whoa. Oh, man. Lots of energy left in that fish.
And your rod's floating downstream.
My rod.
Okay.
Every time I give you my rod, you throw it in the river.
Right on, buddy. Right on.
Scott Brothers Fish and Adventures is sponsored in part by Abu Garcia for life. Berkeley, catch more fish. Fenwick, feel the action. Gibbs, quality Canadian tackle since 1908. Shimano, technology you can feel. Storm Lures, take the big ones by storm. Home Hardware, we're making smiles. Osprey, waders and float tubes. Sage, the world's premium fly rod. Scientific Anglers, focused on function. Normark, the tradition continues. Sports Max, the fastest house on the ice. Blue Fox, fish smart. Rapella, the original Finnish minnow. Need Enterprises, your recreation specialists. Gamakatsu, the world's finest hooks.
Well, that's our show for this week. I'd like to thank Greg Olitop of Northern Mountain Helicopters for his cooperation in bringing us into this beautiful territory and in some unreal fishing. Bruce Dirksen, Northern BC Adventures, the best dolly fishing I ever seen.
Pleased to have you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Oh, God, yeah, I got to thank you, Bruce. This has been an absolutely fantastic dolly trip.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Bruce, why don't you tell the viewers how they can get in touch with you?
Well, you can get in touch with us through any of the bed and breakfasts in Prince George, or call us at our area code 250-612-8112.
And you've got it. Hey, Northern BC Adventures.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks again, Bruce. This has been a fantastic trip. And fishermen, please remember, this is our playground. Respect it and keep it clean.
And we'll see you next week for more Scott Brothers Fishing Adventures.
Beats the heck out of working, you bet.
You keep saying that.